Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news all right. Ravens Nation, buckle up because the NFL offseason just heated up with some serious whispers that could reshape how the AFC North looks in the upcoming seasons. One of the biggest stories swirling around is the potential trade of Trey Hendrickson from the Cincinnati Bengals to the Ravens. Now, I know what you're thinking, Hendrickson. That guy has been a real presence on the Bengals' defense, especially with his knack for getting to the quarterback. But the rumors are gaining momentum, and they might just turn out to be more than just speculation. So let's break down what this could mean for Baltimore and why it might be a game changer. First off, let's talk about the Bengals' current situation. They're sitting at a 4-8 record, which is what anyone expected coming into the season. Their cap space is around $12 million, so they have some room to maneuver, but their defense has been pretty porous, giving up an average of 31.2 points per game. That's a high number, especially for a team that's trying to stay competitive. The offensive line has struggled to protect Joe Burrow, allowing around 3.2 sacks per game, and their front seven has lost some of its bite, with only 47 tackles for loss this season. It seems like the Bengals are in a bit of a rebuild mode, prioritizing extensions for Burrow and trying to strengthen their roster for the long term. That's where the trade for Hendrickson could come in. They might be looking to rebuild by trading some veteran assets, including Hendrickson, who's 30 but still a fearsome pass rusher. Now, let's dive into Hendrickson's profile because he's not just any edge rusher. At age 30, he's been a relentless force on the field, known for his speed, power, and ability to get sacks at crucial moments. Last season, he finished with 4 sacks, 11 solo tackles, 5 assists, and 16 combined tackles, along with 20 quarterback pressures. His PFF grade hovers around 80 overall, with pass rush grades at 82, showcasing his ability to disrupt the pocket consistently. Hendrickson's pressure rate is about 15%, and his EPA per snap sits at -0.3, indicating he's a player who can generate pressure and impact the game's outcome. Throughout his career, he's accumulated over 60 sacks and more than 200 tackles, maintaining an average PFF grade of 85 across his tenure. His sack rate and pressure numbers remind us of some of the league's top edge rushers, comparable to the likes of Watt or Myles Garrett when considering his peak years. What makes Hendrickson such an enticing target for the Ravens is his ability to bring relentless pressure from the outside. Imagine him lining up opposite Odafe Oye or Justin Madubuike, creating a fearsome duo capable of collapsing the pocket and forcing turnovers. His addition could be exactly what Baltimore needs to stabilize their pass rush, which has been somewhat inconsistent this season. The Ravens, currently at a 6-6 record, have been in search of a dominant pass rusher to anchor their front seven. They've been decent, but to truly make a playoff push and contend for the Super Bowl, they need those sacks, those game-changing plays that Hendrickson can bring. The impact of adding Hendrickson goes beyond just the sacks. His presence on the field would free up interior linemen and allow other pass rushers to get after the quarterback without as much attention from blockers. This could lead to more turnovers, more pressure on offenses, and ultimately, a stronger defense that can hold teams to fewer points. A crucial factor considering the Ravens are giving up around 4 points per game this season. With Hendrickson, the Ravens could see a projected reduction in points allowed by at least 4 points per game. That's significant, especially in tight division battles where every point counts. Let's not forget that Hendrickson's addition would also help Lamar Jackson. With a more consistent rush, Lamar would have more time to read the field and make plays downfield. His ability to extend plays and scramble is well known, but he thrives when the pocket is clean. Hendrickson's pressure rate and his knack for getting to the quarterback could be the difference maker in many close games. Plus, with a stable pass rush, the Ravens could force more turnovers, which are often the deciding factor in playoff scenarios. Of course, there are some skeptics in Cincinnati who worry about Hendrickson's age. He's 30 after all, and has had some injury issues in the past. The Bengals are cautious about how much longer he can maintain his current level of performance, especially with their front seven potentially in decline. They're also concerned about their offensive line's inability to protect Joe Burrow consistently, which complicates their rebuilding plans. Still, from the Ravens' perspective, Hendrickson's experience, production, and relentless style could be exactly what they need to push through the final stretch and into the playoffs. Now, thinking about how this fits into Baltimore's bigger picture, it's clear they are all in on making another Super Bowl run. Their roster is talented, but they've lacked that consistent pass rush threat that can elevate their defense to elite status. Hendrickson's addition could be the missing piece, providing the edge presence that helps them dominate in the trenches, especially in those critical AFC North battles against the Bengals and Steelers. The Ravens have been gradually improving, but to truly elevate their game, they need those game-changing sacks, and Hendrickson could give them just that. Looking ahead to 2025, if he joins Baltimore, Hendrickson's stats could explode, especially considering the team's defensive schemes and the way they deploy their pass rushers. His ability to generate pressure, combined with the Ravens' overall defensive philosophy, could lead to an even more disruptive front. His experience and leadership could also prove invaluable for younger players, and his presence could help set the tone for a ferocious Ravens defense that's hungry to dominate in the AFC. Now, let's briefly talk about the odds and how this move could influence the Ravens' Super Bowl chances. Currently, the Ravens are sitting around plus 1,800 to plus 850 on most betting lines for Super Bowl LXI. Adding Hendrickson could be seen as a clear upgrade, boosting their odds and making them more formidable contenders. A stronger pass rush means more wins, more playoff wins, and a shot at that elusive Lombardi trophy. If they can add Hendrickson without giving up too much in terms of draft capital, this could be a move that defines their season and sets the tone for years to come. In conclusion, whether this trade becomes a reality or remains just a rumor, it highlights the Ravens' aggressive approach this offseason. They understand that to beat the best teams, they need to match them in the trenches, and Hendrickson's name keeps coming up because he embodies that relentless edge rusher mentality. The AFC North is competitive as ever, with the Bengals, Steelers, and Browns all looking to improve, but Baltimore's focus is clear: build a defense that strikes fear into every quarterback, and let Lamar Jackson continue to work his magic on offense. So Ravens fans, keep your eyes peeled because the offseason is just getting started, and moves like this could be what propels your team back to the top. The potential of Hendrickson to suit up for Baltimore isn't just a rumor. It's a signal that the Ravens are serious about going all in for another Super Bowl run. As always, we'll be here to bring you the latest updates, analysis, and inside scoops, so stay tuned and keep that passion fired up because the best is yet to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Baltimore Ravens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Ravens. Do you think Hendrickson would be the perfect addition to push Baltimore over the edge? Or do you believe they should focus elsewhere? Either way, your voice is important. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news. The offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting yet, and Ravens Nation is ready to see what's next. Let's keep that fire burning and get ready for a future filled with hope, passion, and maybe, just maybe, another Super Bowl appearance.